Welcome everyone, my name is Brotimus, and this is my first D&D video vlog kind of a thing. Now, something you need to know about me. As much as I love making video game videos, I love it to pieces. My second love in life, as far as hobbies go, is D&D, 5th edition specifically. What I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to discuss something about flavor, an argument for flavor, as it were. This is completely unscripted, so I'm kind of just going off the cuff because I had this thought, and it's been bugging me for the last couple of days, and I wanted to discuss it with you guys, and I kind of wanted to have a sort of open, very informal discussion about something. So if you guys want to leave comments down below about what you think about this, please, I would love to hear it. Anyway, an argument for flavor. Let us begin. What I mean by flavor is, when it comes to D&D, especially 5th edition, from what I've heard the previous editions, everything is very much set in stone. You do this way, you do this that way, so on and so forth. As such, there is a problem that I can notice with certain things. People tend to go strictly by the book. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The book is there for a reason. It provides you the basic groundwork for how the game is supposed to run, how things work, what you're supposed to do in certain situations. They are great guides, and without them, we wouldn't have the game itself. However, I do believe that sticking so strictly to the source material can be harmful in certain situations. This is a common discussion. In my current game, I play Adventurers League every Tuesday night. At my friendly local gaming store, my flags. It's come up a number of times that we have a cleric and a druid. Now, they both use wisdom as their spellcasting modifier. But the problem is there's no synergy between their base, I guess, skills, between their skill abilities and what they use to spellcast. For example, a cleric, you know, a holy person, they serve a specific deity, or they follow a certain sort of guideline in life. They might worship Torm, or they worship, Bahamut, or Tiamat if they're evil. Things of that nature. A cleric, you would expect, being such a holy person, would be able to do very well as far as religion is concerned. Religion is one of the skills available to a player. The drawback? While the clerics use wisdom for their spellcasting, religion is an intelligence check. Now, rules as written, you use intelligence for your religion checks, things to recall information about certain deities or rituals or rites and so on and so forth. Which, you know, in theory makes perfect sense. You are recalling information about something, about how this is performed, or what happened to this god, or the story of these gods, or the tales about this and lore of the specific church. That makes perfect sense. The problem arises in the fact that if you want someone to be an expert on religion, even their own religion, having a cleric means you shouldn't put your highest ability score into your intelligence. You want to put that in your wisdom. Now, granted, you can still have a pretty decent intelligence if you build the character correctly, or, you know, if you build the character that way. There is no correct or incorrect way to build a character, but if you build a character with a higher intelligence, you're fine. But say you want to build a war cleric or storm cleric, which in my group we have a storm cleric. He is very much a frontline, sword and board type character who goes in hacking and slashing, thunderous might and whatnot. Or you have a war cleric who, same thing, they have their maul, they have their shield, they're bashing evil's face in. Okay, you're gonna want to build wisdom first for your spellcasting, and then either constitution or strength, depending on if you want to be more of a tank or if you want to do more damage. But intelligence helps you with your investigation checks, your religion checks as a cleric, history checks, things like that to help you, you know, adventure more. Now, I know some people are more kick the door, kill the thing, or as I like to say, kick the pig. There's no synergy there. Why would you have it be intelligence for religion checks when you have a holy person that uses wisdom as their spellcasting modifier? That just makes no sense to me. Same thing with druids. Druids' nature is an intelligence check, rules as written, but they use wisdom for their spellcasting. It's something that drives me absolutely insane, and I get really heated about it. You want to apply, let's apply strength to your intimidation check, as another example. You can flip-flop, and now this is less so of a flavor thing, but more of something that just helps other classes out, period. Helping your clerics out and your druids out with something that they are meant to be good at, or even your rangers. Now, it does make sense that, you know, don't eat that bush, it's poisonous, it'll kill you, is an intelligence check. I get it. However, it can be spun because intelligence and wisdom are, you know, fairly close. They're not the same. They do mean different things. To me, common sense is like, oh, well, you don't go around eating random bushes without knowing what it is first. Now, that is an intelligence thing, but also, you don't just do stuff like that. It helps give your religion-based characters or your nature-based characters a little bit more freedom to be cool. And at the end of the day, you want your players to be cool. If you are a player, you want to feel cool. And it helps with that. Now, that is DM discretion. I understand that wholeheartedly. And another point I wanted to add to flavor, and it's a semantics thing, it is very much a semantics thing, and I know this is all entirely down to how you reflavor things, but it drives me crazy that dexterity is the base stat for your armor class. I get it. You're dodging out of the way, you're bobbing and weaving in combat, you're fast enough to bring that shield up, you're fast enough to snatch that arrow out of this guy, or block it with your staff or whatever. I understand the reasoning behind it. And certain classes, the Barbarian and the Monk, use different stats on top of dexterity. To me, I don't feel a Barbarian should be using dexterity for their AC. And for that matter, I don't think it should be called AC, because armor class implies to me just solely based the armor and any modifiers you have to it. And for the most part, that's what it is. You're helped by your armor, by your shield. Your paladin with 18 AC, 16 chainmail and a +2 shield. I get that. That is your armor class. But when it comes to monks who don't wear armor, or druids who don't wear armor, or wizards who don't wear armor, I feel like that should be called something closer to like your defense stat that regards your defenses as a whole. Because yes, your monk, your ranger, your wizard are dodging out of the way, or people are missing them because they're so small, or they're so quick, and they're meant to be. Your monk is snatching things out of the sky. Dexterity makes sense for them. Dex fighters. Now this is the one that becomes kind of tricky, is if you make a dex fighter, use dexterity. They're bobbing, they're weaving, they're shooting, they're scooting around you like a rogue almost. That's fine. But when you get your sword and board characters, your paladins, your barbarians, your fighters, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. They have armor class. They have plate armor. They have the heavy stuff. They are the ones that they clank down the dungeon to let every freaking monster know they're coming. That's fine. But don't apply dexterity to that. I mean, heavy armor, I know, puts a cap on that. You don't add your dexterity modifier to heavy armor. That makes sense. That's fine. I'm fine with that because that does kind of limit it. I just think reflavoring your armor helps a bit more. The goblin doesn't hit your paladin. It hits their armor and it bounces off. They're too weak. Fine. Your fighter blocks the shield in front of the orc's warhammer. That's fine. Your monk dodges out of the way of the sword slash, or your ranger jumps over as an arrow shoots at his feet. Things like that. And I think those things can add to it a bit more, adding a bit more flavor to your games. And reflavoring can also apply to different things, such as the dodge action. And again, like I said, this comes down to semantics and whether or not how well you want to play this out. I don't like the wording, or I don't like the title of the dodge action. And this is my personal opinion. I get it, it's an easy way to just go, you attacks against you have disadvantage. Fine. Monks dodge. Wizards dodge. Rangers dodge. Rogues dodge. Barbarians can dodge, I'll allow that. But paladins don't dodge. Clerics don't dodge. Strength fighters don't dodge. Your tanks don't dodge. To me, it should be closer to something, again, as a defense action, a defensive action, where attacks against you have disadvantage. Does the exact same thing, just word it differently. Your paladin stands his ground and brings his shield up and blocks things as they come at him, or, attacks against him at disadvantage, so he enters this defensive state where he has his warhammer out, his shield up, and he's swinging away, he's batting away the swords, or he's blocking the arrows. Things like that. And it's just how you flavor it. I know that's entirely what it is. I know the easy fix is just reflavoring it. But I feel like that some people don't do that, and it kind of hurts it. It is up to the DM how they want to do it. My DM is great. He does a good job. But I feel that there are certain DMs that are so by the book. Things are done this way. Things are worded this way. And that's fine. That's fine. You do however you want to have fun. Because at the end of the day, this game is about having fun. I just wanted to discuss and hear what your guys' thoughts were on reflavoring things or changing your ability checks so that, they are a little bit more helpful or they fit with your character more. Your cleric uses wisdom for his religion checks. What harm is that going to do other than help the party more? Your paladin, instead of taking the dodge action, wants to take the shield action, where they bring their shield up and attacks against them at disadvantage. Does the exact same thing. It's just worded differently. Who gives a crap, really? If it works the same way at the end, it really truly doesn't matter. You can even reflavor your characters as much as you like. I have an idea for a barbarian monk. I know they don't synergize. I know they don't. But rather than going into a rage, his whole thing is he enters an intense focus, so his strikes are more impactful. It's still the rage, it's still the barbarian's rage, I just call it something different. Pure flavor, pure for the fun of it, because at the end of the day, it does the same thing. I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this, because I like talking about D&D about it, as long as we keep it civil. You know, if you work flavor into your games, or if you like the idea of using different ability checks for skills. I like talking about D&D because, like I said, my second love in life is D&D. First being video games. And since this is a gaming channel, D&D is still a game. Like I said, it's an argument about semantics. I've gone on long enough. Like I said, if you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you liked it, share it with your friends if you want to, you know, start a discussion with your D&D buddies about flavor or changing ability scores out, things like that. And if you have an idea for something to discuss about D&D, or you want my thoughts about something concerning 5th Ed, specifically 5th Ed, it's all I've played, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about flavor and switching out ability scores for flavor purposes specifically, because I enjoy discussing. But anyway, I have been Brodimus, and I will see you all next time. Later, everybody.